Welcome, everybody, out there to episode 3 of Rebuilding History 2025. Valerie and David on the mic. We are trying to rebuild or not lose our history through the new political climate and go from there. So we have flashcards and playing cards and go from there. So we're going to shuffle. I'll pick one African-American, one Latin American, hero, foundation, and go from there. So
One. Take that
it better not be a literary person.
It might be. Go.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep. Who do you got?
I have Tyson. Cecily. I don't know what it is.
Cecily Tyson.
Thank you.
Cecily Tyson she's from, oh, God, I can't think.
I'll tell you
Yes,
after I do some
yes,
research.
there we go. I've got Sylvia Mendez. Know who that is?
No.
Okay. You'll find out afterwards. We're going to sign off and go from there.
Sounds good. See you in a bit.
Bye. Welcome back, everybody. She says I'm going first. So my person was Sylvia Mendez, the girl who helped change America. When you think of civil rights heroes, you might picture Rosa Parks or Martin Luther King Jr. But did you know that a young girl named Sylvia Mendez played a huge part in making America's schools more fair? Her story isn't just important, it's inspiring, and honestly, it's awesome that a kid could help change the entire country. Sylvia Mendez was born in 1936 in Santa Ana, California. Her parents were from Mexico and Puerto Rico. They always wanted best for their kids, but back in the 1940s, the best wasn't always available to everyone. When Sylvia was just 8, she and her brothers were told they could not go to the nice school in their town. Why? Because they were Mexican-American. Now imagine being told you couldn't sit with your friends at lunch because your last name or the color of your skin. That's exactly what happened to Sylvia. Her parents weren't having it. They teamed up with other families and sued the school district. This wasn't just about one school. It was about fairness for all kids. No matter where they came from or what language they spoke at home, the case was called Mendez versus Westminster. Try saying that 5 times fast. And it became super important for the whole country. The court agreed with Sylvia's family in 1947. They ruled that separating students by their heritage was just plain wrong. The decision didn't just help Sylvia go to her neighborhood school. It helped end segregation and for thousands of kids in California. The case even helped inspire the famous Brown versus Board of Education decision, which made it illegal to segregate schools anywhere in the United States. So what did Sylvia do after all this? She grew up, became a nurse, and She spent her life teaching people about civil rights and equality. She received lots of awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama in 2011, not too shabby for someone who just wanted to go to school with her neighbors. Sylvia's story proves that you don't have to be famous or super old to make a difference. Sometimes all it takes is standing up, even if you're still short. So it's quick facts and takeaways. Born 1936 in Santa Ana, California. Heritage, Mexican and Puerto Rican American. Famous for being denied entry to a white school, helping win the Mendez versus Westminster case. Why it matters, the case ended segregation in California schools and influenced national civil rights laws. Bigger impact, helped inspire Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court ruling. Later in life became a nurse, civil rights activist, and fun fact, she was just only 8 years old when she made history. So conclusion is, Sylvia Mendez might not be in every history book, but she totally should be. Her courage and her parents' determination helped break down unfair barriers in school, making things better for everyone, not just in California, but across the United States. Next time you think you're too young to make a difference, remember Sylvia. Maybe you'll be the next kid to change America. Dang, that was huge. See, you didn't know that.
I didn't.
Hey, there you go. All right, what do you got on Cecily Tyson?
Cecily Tyson. So I have the honor of spotting a shine light on Cecily Tyson. She, what I have learned, is an actress, as you told me, an activist and a cultural icon whose career defined Black women or how Black women were seen on the screen in the American society. So she was born in 1924, and she faced a world that often limited opportunities for women of color to even just be on the screen. Instead of conforming, she set a new set of standards, and she chose her roles by how women were depicted and reflected dignity, strength, and truth, even when it meant turning down a lot of work. So she had that standard, and she did not deviate from it at all.
Cool.
Her breakthrough film came from the 1972 film Sounder. Her performance as Rebecca Morgan earned her an Academy Award nomination and showed Hollywood that Black women could lead powerful, authentic stories. A year later, she won 2 Emmy Awards for the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, portraying a woman who lived through slavery into the civil rights era, and it was a role that became legendary, not only for her, but for many. Tyson's career was, what I'm finding, wasn't just the acting, as I said. She had a lot of it was about breaking barriers. And again, as I said earlier, she refused to take roles that reinforced stereotypes. Instead, she demanded representation that uplifted her community, specifically the Black women's community. In doing so, she became a role model not just for actors, but for generations of women and men who saw themselves reflected in her work. She appeared in films like Roots, The Help, and several Tyler Perry movies. She shows her range across decades of American culture. And on Broadway, she won a Tony Award at the age of 88 for A Trip to Bountiful. Her career spanned for more than 70 years. And gosh, that's
a long time.
That's a testament to her talent and her resilience. Because, yeah, you're right, it is a long time. Beyond the stage and screen, Tyson was an advocate for education and equality. She inspired young people to pursue their dreams, even in whenever they were facing obstacles. She received the honorary degrees, multiple Emmy Awards, a Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, and in 2016, she also received a Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama.
Oh, cool. They both did.
Yeah, they did. What I felt interesting and inspiring, had give me that goosebumps moment, is Cecily Tyson once said, "I'll wait for roles. First, to be written for women, then to be written for Black women. Then I have the audacity to be selective about the kinds of roles I play." That audacity really shows the standard in which she continued and decided to instill in her own life and held to that standard. Gosh, talk about a person who refuses to transform.
You said this was short.
Sorry. Talk about someone who refuses to transform, because I'm like, oh my gosh, she will, and she has a standard and she will not settle. Even back then.
Dang.
Even back then.
Is that it?
That's it.
Dang. So much for being short.
Okay.
This is going to be short. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Hope you learned something. We just did, for sure.
Absolutely.
Man, absolutely. We look forward to episode 4. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.